Recording this computer. Awesome. Brooke, how are you? Joel, thanks
I'm
for
doing
chatting with
great.
me.
Thank you so much, Pino, for having us today. We're very excited to be
No,
here.
it's a pleasure to have you guys. And Joel was telling me you guys are a partnership. So Brooke knows ball is the face of your channel, but Joel, excuse me, is behind the scenes. He makes all the magic happens from, I guess, a social media standpoint, I guess, or
So
is
yeah, Joel and I are partners. So we work together on everything that we do. Of
yeah,
course, yes, I am the face of the page, but I call Joel my baseball guru. So he's
yeah,
the one that's taught me everything that I know about baseball and really drove home that love for the game.
yeah,
Baseball's always been around me, having grown up in Southern California.
yeah.
Of course, you have so many teams out here, but he really, he's like the analytical brain, I would say,
Okay,
between the two of us. And so we work
awesome.
together on all the content that we put out and we just love doing storytelling.
Nice, awesome. So your channel is you started off on Instagram, right?
No, we actually started off on TikTok. So we started
Okay,
off
so
on TikTok, I want to say July of this year, 2025, and
okay.
that's at almost about 19,000. And then we started Instagram 3.5 months ago. So that one's
Yeah.
blown up out of the two of them.
And now you're on YouTube. I know you just launched a YouTube channel.
We did, yes. We just launched it like two
Nice.
days ago. We posted
Nice.
maybe two or three things, but our goal is to do some more long form content on there.
Amazing. So your channel, is it just storytelling about baseball? Is that what you guys do? Is it just baseball storytelling?
Joel, do you want to take the reins on that one?
Yeah, a big chunk of it is narrative, kind of historical baseball, trying to like weave a story into the great events of the game, the great players of the game.
Yeah.
A lot of the focus and the response that we get within the sport comes from our statistics and our analytical approach to the game. And
Yeah.
we were lucky enough to see everything that we kind of promote on our page translate directly to what we saw at the end of the season and in the postseason with pretty much how the Jays play. Like
Yeah.
everything that we try to promote on our page, the advanced analytics that we sit there and try to break down was perfectly put on display by how
Yeah.
the Blue Jays, got to within 2 outs of the World Series.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So when did you guys launch the channel? When is it like how long have you been around for? When did you guys launch it?
We launched, so the YouTube channel's just been a couple
Yeah,
days
that's
ago.
2 days ago. But the TikTok, was it been a year or 2 years?
No, TikTok was in July of 2025 this year. And
Oh, so
then,
just this year.
yeah, Instagram was just 3.5 months ago. So it's been a whirlwind.
So in that amount of time, you guys have 46,000 followers.
Mhm.
Right, yeah.
That's amazing. That's quite an accomplishment.
Thank you very much. It's been um, all organic growth, so we've not done any paid advertising. We're very
Yeah.
fortunate in that sense, and we've been able to have a lot of great opportunities that have arisen from it. One of the
Yeah.
opportunities actually is we'll be producing a baseball TV series here, where we're going to be filming a pilot in the first quarter of next year because we just, as Joel mentioned, we really enjoy
Yeah.
the narrative space, we enjoy storytelling, and we enjoy baseball, so it's combining all three of those together.
Well, so is it, I guess what inspired you to start the channel? Was it just the love for baseball? Is that just, hey, let's just start this. We love baseball. Let's just start saying, sharing stories about it. Is that what happened?
Yeah, well, it was interesting because we felt like there was kind of we wanted to push towards the kind of content that we make, but we felt like there was kind of a gap in the space that we occupy.
Yeah.
When we go on social media, this isn't a slight on any other content creator, but the majority of what you see is gambling takes, hot takes,
Yeah.
stuff that some of the big channels are consistently like swearing, and doing
Yeah.
R-rated material.
Yeah.
And we felt like it was important to. I don't think it's fair to this. It's fair. Anybody else do your own content, but for us,
Yeah.
we wanted to present something where an 8-year-old could watch it, an 80-year-old
Yeah.
old could watch it, a
Nice. Yeah.
male could watch it, a female could watch it, any
Yeah.
cultural demographic. We didn't want
Yeah.
to present baseball in a way where you're being exclusive to a specific group because we feel like baseball is a family friendly sport for all ages.
Yeah.
So we wanted to try to present the game intellectually, and then we really wanted to steer away from doing picks, from doing gambling of any type, because we feel like
Yeah.
that's just it's become so much a part of the game,
Yeah.
but you don't want a 9-year-old sitting there being educated on the parlay of the night.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
So we did our best to try to educate, entertain, but
Yeah.
keep it in the demographic that because we hear a lot from coaches who show
Yeah.
our content to their kids. We hear a
Yeah.
lot from grandparents who show, hey, this was my favorite player from the 1970s,
Yeah.
and they show it to their grandchildren.
Yeah.
So and we get those messages, and it really emotionally touches us, the impact that we've had so
Right.
far with our content. So it
Yeah.
was just really kind of trying to step into that avenue and pursue it in that direction.
Okay. You guys got great stories. Like I love the one you did about Roy Halladay, and there's so many on your channel. But what's the favorite? What's one that sticks out for you? Do you have a favorite story that you told recently, or do you have a favorite?
Um, there's so many, so it is hard to choose a favorite, but I'll say one of the most impactful ones, and this was early on, was we did one on Dave Steve. So that
Yeah.
was an incredible one that we had done. Vince Scully, of course, because that's the more of the narrative aspect that I really enjoy doing, and I take a lot from him. But
Yeah.
I would say the most impactful one was Tyler Skaggs. He was an Angels player that had passed away,
Yes. Yeah.
and
That was great.
thank you. It
Yeah.
was
It was.
the emotional outpour that we were receiving from people,
Yeah.
the level of impact, like what Joel was saying. When we get these messages from people, we really take them to heart.
Yeah.
And we were having people saying like, "This brought me to tears. You don't know what this means to me," and that to
Yeah.
me is what the page is all about. It's
Yeah.
having that emotional connection with people, because that's what I think baseball does, is bring everybody together in that way.
Yeah.
And this really, I felt like, transcended um, what team you're have a fandom towards or an affinity towards. This was more of, again, the love of the game really shining
Yeah.
through.
Yeah. I
The
agree. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say we got really with the Dave Steve video. His son had seen it and shown Dave,
Yeah.
so we find out that, like, oh wow, it's had such an impact that it impacted the son, and then that translated to actually being shown to Dave himself.
Yeah.
Us finding that out was insane. We did one on Jose Fernandez
Yes.
as well,
Yeah.
and his girlfriend, who was his girlfriend at the time that he passed away, had
Yeah.
seen it and had shown it to his daughter, who had never met him. So we're
Oh.
sitting there and we're finding out that, like, our videos are having that type of an impact. Not just the baseball fan, but the individual who experienced the story is
Yeah.
replying to us saying, this
Yeah.
meant a lot. Thank you so much for articulating it in the way you did. And
Yeah.
you just realize that through social media, you have such an instant outreach to not just the fans, but the core of the game. And
Yeah.
it's been really illuminating for us.
Yeah, I know the storytelling definitely makes an impact, right?
Mhm.
So, like you said, Tyler Skaggs was when I watched, I was like, wow, like you felt compelled to watch the whole story, right? Because it was a sad story, right? And what the Angels did when they at the end of the game, I think if I'm not mistaken, they put their jerseys on the mound, or no, what they do at the end of the game is that, yeah, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
that's correct.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
they're great stories. Have you met any? Did Dave Steve reach out to you? Any of the story, has anyone reached out to you since?
We it's been crazy
Yeah.
actually. Yeah, so it was Dave Steve's son had reached out to us. We haven't spoken to Dave Steve himself yet, but we've spoken to Oral Hershiser. We've spoken
Yeah.
to like when we went to the World Series itself, we got to meet a ton of amazing people in the game.
Yeah.
Greg Amsinger was someone that we were already speaking to through
Yeah.
social media, and I got both of us got the opportunity to meet him in person.
Yeah.
We got to meet Jeff Tassan, which is just one of the most influential writers in baseball. Of course, Bob Nightingale being another one of those.
Yeah.
Um, we got to meet the commissioner of baseball himself, so that was an incredible experience, just to be able to meet all of these influential people in the game, people that Joel
Yeah.
and I, to some one extent or another, have been inspired by, and we've had just a overflow of outreach through our DMs, people reaching out to us that are
Yeah.
current players, former players,
Yeah.
just people that really enjoy the game,
Yeah.
fans of all different walks.
And I think your channel is going to go with the audience. I mean, you saw the numbers. There was 51 million viewers through US, Canada, and Japan. So I think the game is just taken. It's gone to the next level, right? And I think it's you're gonna get more viewers. You're gonna get more audience because the game is just. I think it's gone to the next level. Would you agree with this World Series? I mean,
Yeah, the game is
Um,
definitely expanding. Oh, go ahead,
yeah,
Drew.
I was just going to say, 1975, when the Reds played the Red Sox, it galvanized the interest of the America in baseball. It happens like there's lulls in the game. You're like, you think that the
yeah,
old game is boring. You're like, it's an old
yeah,
boring game. They brought the pitch clock in and they compacted the interest of a 3.5 hour baseball game into
yeah,
2 hours and 20 minutes. And now
yeah,
people sit down and they're like, I didn't know baseball was this exciting. And it's just
yeah,
like, well, yeah, you haven't experienced, and that's like a credit to Manfred. We give him a lot of flack for the ghost runner and all these little changes that you
yeah,
see. But what it's made is a frenetic, kinetic game that is faster. It's
yeah,
more pitching. All the great moments that would happen over this amount of time now happen over this amount of time,
yeah,
and you don't feel cheated because you'll get a long game.
yeah.
You'll get a game that goes, hey, 14-13, and
Well,
it
we saw
wasn't
the
even that
18
long.
inning game in LA and
Yeah,
Toronto. Was the eight, right?
yeah, like you'll still get, and I think that the way that the Ghost Runner works in the regular season is it compacts those games. So you never see really anything go beyond 11, 12 innings in the regular season. But
Yeah,
then when you get to the postseason and you get these 18 inning, 15 inning games, the Seattle Mariners versus the Detroit Tigers, that
yeah,
game was exceptional. And this
yeah,
was, I'm just going to say it like as a baseball fan, but I think I can pull back and say this was the greatest postseason of any
yeah,
sport I'd ever seen,
yeah. It was
of
great.
any
Yeah,
sport. And it was the greatest World Series slash series I have ever seen
yeah,
of any sport.
yeah,
There were records breaking every night. You had the
yeah,
greatest player in baseball history and athletic history. It is at his peak.
yeah,
You had this scrappy team fighting and kind of represent. I think within the United States, a lot of people felt represented by the Blue Jays. I
mm,
feel like they sat there and they said, the Dodgers are the elites. The Dodgers are the MVPs and the
yeah,
money spending, and they're
yeah,
the one percenters.
yeah,
The Blue Jays represent me as a person. And it's good to know that a team can sit there and go toe to toe
yeah,
with something that is so money driven.
yeah,
I think the fan base really increased. Like you'll see Blue Jays fans all over the United States that aren't from Canada,
yeah,
and you'll see the game expand. Hopefully, they can't strike right now. That's the one thing is they got to get through that CBA
yeah.
because
When
the
is it
game
up?
is
When is it up,
uh,
Joel?
it's after the 2026 season. So
Okay.
2027 is the
Okay.
one that's at risk. But you're
Yeah.
dealing with, um, I think next season will be insanely exciting. But you've got the WBC in March as well, and
Yes,
that is
that's
you're talking
exciting.
about 100 million people watching baseball
Yeah, that'll
games
bring more
across the
attention to the
world.
game.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not gonna keep you guys longer, but is there anyone in the game that you guys get to meet? Do you have a favorite team or favorite player? Brooke, I'll start with you. Anyone favorite all time or now?
Yeah, I kind of keep myself very neutral when it comes to favorite teams because it really like my love of the game really came from just enjoying going to games and it wasn't affiliated with any specific team.
What game did you go to?
Um,
Like, what did you go to Dodgers games? What you said you're in California. What stadium would you go to?
I went to a lot of Angels games growing
Okay.
up. Of course, have also been to plenty of Dodgers games, especially as of recent too.
Yeah.
So I got to be able to do both. And then Padres is a little bit further, but the
Yeah.
opportunity is still there. And then, of course, if you
Yeah.
drive up north. But so any specific team, not necessarily that, but I think it's just more of like the players that I appreciate. Of course, everybody loves Otani, and I can speak to him. But another player specifically within the postseason was Bo Bichette, and I think that
Hmm.
the way that he plays, the way that he continually tries to make contact with the ball as
Yeah.
opposed to just going for big home runs, which he ends
Yeah.
up doing a lot of the time anyways.
Yeah.
But I really admire the way that he plays, and I think
Yeah.
he embodies the page very well
Yeah.
too.
I agreed. What about you, Joel? Who's anyone?
I, well, I'm Canadian, so that pretty much tells you all you need to know there. Obviously I grew up with guys like Griffey, Tony Gwynn,
Yeah.
like Greg Maddux. I completely agree though with Brooke when Bo is my guy.
Yeah.
Bo is he is incredibly undervalued in this
Yeah.
modern day concept of baseball with WRC plus and all these statistics that
Yeah.
give you this idea of a player. This is a guy who hits 300
Yeah.
against any opposition.
Yeah.
That value is
Yeah.
that's spend all the money that you've got to make sure that this guy's on the team for the
Well,
next 12.
he's gonna cash in. So
Yeah.
someone's gonna open up the suitcase and just say, how much do you want? And he's gonna, right? So he'll cash in soon, right?
The Blue Jays need to re-sign Bo.
I
If
hope.
they know what's good for them, they need to re-sign Bo. He really just like sets the emotional pace for the team, and he
Yes.
like the Jays fans, I feel like know that he is the heartbeat of the team.
Well,
So that
him and
tone
Vladdy
for
are right.
them,
Mhm.
Yeah, him and Vladdy. But
absolutely.
what scares me about Bo really quickly, his defense scares me a little bit. But his bat.
I throw it away because Jeter won 5 rings and you never talk about any bad play he ever made in the postseason. Right? Like
True.
there's everybody's
Mm.
like Jeter's the most overrated defensive player in the history of the game. Yeah, but
Yes.
he's got a handful of rings,
Yeah.
and there isn't a defensive play that you can point out in the postseason that ever cost the Yankees a run at anything.
True. Yeah.
It's that ability come October where you
Yeah.
can hit 310
Yeah.
against anybody that you're up against. That far exceeds that slight percentage difference in plays that you'll make at shortstop. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. It makes more sense to have Jimenez play shortstop. So if you're
Yes.
bringing him back to play second base, pay him like a shortstop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll see. I guess I get they're free agents now, so I guess can they start signing anytime, or do they have to wait, or are they free to sign as of?
Qualifying offers have to be accepted, I believe, in the next couple of days.
Yeah.
And then free agents, I think, can be signed like the 16th.
Well, didn't
So it's
Bieber sign? Bieber signed. No, he opted in
Mm.
that option in the
Yeah,
1 year, $16 million deal.
he accepted the mutual option that they had. I think it was
Okay.
it was either a player option or it was a mutual option, but he said,
Yeah.
I'll play 1 more year. And that's smart. That's
Yeah.
smart for him to do because he couldn't truly establish his value over
Yeah.
a half a season and the amount of time
Yeah.
that he played coming off of Tommy John. Now he
Yeah.
knows that he'll be playing in front of a competitive, defensively sound baseball team,
Yeah.
which will keep his numbers looking great when you've got
Yeah.
Varsho in center field, Clement. You've
Yeah.
got Gold Glovers everywhere,
Yeah.
and you've
They're
got
good team.
Kirk behind the plate too. So
Yeah.
you're
They're
going to be a better team, a better pitcher on this team
yeah.
specifically. So that's a smart move by him.
For sure. Last question, I'm gonna let you go. Where do you guys see this channel going? Like where are you taking what's the vision? What's the long term for this for your channel? Like what does it look like for you guys? What do you want to do with it?
I think it's multi-part. As baseball is expanding and becoming this worldwide phenomenon, we also plan on doing that with our page as well. We actually are in talks with various teams and organizations internationally so that we
Yeah.
can cover content as it comes into time with the WBC, of course. We also plan on expanding into the narrative space for TV. So we do have that TV series that we're going to
Yeah.
be expanding into, and that will have a lovely back and forth between the two, where
Yeah.
we'll be able to do more of behind the scenes. We'll be able to integrate concepts that we've put on our page into the TV
Yeah.
series, and vice versa. So
Yeah.
we really want to have a global expansion of the page in alignment with the global expansion of what baseball is currently doing right now.
Amazing. I love it. I think it's a great channel. It was this is great that I had a chance to speak with you guys. I love the channel. As someone who loves baseball, I watch it regularly and I wish you guys continued success and keep at it and I'll continue supporting the channel and I'm gonna tell all my friends about your channel as well too, so we'll keep spreading the word.
Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so
Peter.
much.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks for your time, guys.
that means
And
a ton.
what's that?
That means a ton.
Yes, for sure. And as we wrap up, go Jays, go! We'll see them in the 2026 World Series, beating the Dodgers in 4 games. Fingers crossed.
All
Hopefully, we'll see
right.
them.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Peter.
guys. Thanks, guys.